loves, welcome back to my channel, or if you guys are new, hello. If you're clicking on this video, I'm sure it's because you have suffered with headaches. I do just want to put out there, this is just my story and what I've been doing, what works for me. I don't know if this will work for you guys. You could try everything I do and it doesn't work at all. I also just want to mention, talk to your doctor before you try out anything new, because you just don't want to damage your body or hurt your body. But a little backstory on me. I have been dealing, and I'm going to save you guys from like the whole spiel of it, but basically, long story short, I've been dealing with headaches, TMJ pain, bad neck pain. I also have rheumatoid arthritis, but I've been dealing with the headache since I was in middle school, the TMJ pain since I was in high school, along with the neck pain, and then when I got to college, I found out that I had rheumatoid arthritis. So I've been dealing with this. I have symptoms of it every single day, and every single day I feel like I am just suffering and I'm in so much pain, to the point when I would be out with friends, and every single time I'd be out with friends, I would get a headache. My best friends could always tell. They'd be like, oh, I feel sick again. And then I felt really bad because if I was with like Connor's friends, I felt like they didn't understand, and they just probably thought I was being like really standoffish and like didn't care, but I was just in so much pain. I didn't want to be a party pooper and be like, hey, I'm in pain. So I just never felt like a normal 26-year-old. I always felt like such a grandma because I was just always in pain and just always exhausted, because having TMJ and migraines, it literally exhausts you and drains you. Kind of like a little praise report of where I am right now. I've been 18 days free of headaches, neck pain, TMJ pain, and arthritis pain. So I just feel like I have a lot of energy. I will say throughout these 18 days, there was maybe like one, maybe two times where I started to feel a very, very, very slight headache, like so slight that like I could barely notice it, but I could kind of tell it was there. And it disappeared within 15 minutes. And I've never had a headache like that, if you could even consider it a headache. Usually like I can just feel it coming on, and then it just gets more intense and more intense, and it's just so painful. So let's get into what I've been doing. The first thing, this might sound kind of silly, but this is like a physical thing that you guys need to try to avoid. I'm a very expressive person, maybe not so much in my videos, but like in person when I'm talking to someone, I feel like I need to be super expressive, like with my facial motions. So sometimes I'll be like, oh my gosh, wow, yeah. And I'm so expressive that like it overworks my jaw, and every single time afterwards, I get such bad jaw pain. So I've been working on just trying not to be overly expressive anymore. Also, along with that, make sure that you're not like chewing food that makes you work your jaw too much. Like you don't want to be having gum or anything like gummy like that makes you overwork your jaw. The next thing is so important. This is something that I've done my whole life and I never realized it could trigger a headache or TMJ pain. So whenever I'm at like a table, or even just like laying down in bed, I always will take my fist and I put it right here on my jaw, and I'll just like rest my head on my fist. And that is horrible because it's putting so much pressure on your jaw, and it's gonna trigger pain. The same with my head. I would always go like this, and again, it just triggers pain. So you wanna avoid touching your face or any sort of like even just like a long motion of just like having your head down, like if you're looking at your phone or something, you want to make sure that your head is always just like very neutral and you're not using your hands to rest on your head. So now let's get into the dietary changes that I've made. So we are doing no dairy, very low salt, and very low sugar. The next thing is probably going to kill a lot of people, but it's been hard for me too. Anytime I smell it, I'm like, oh, I want it. But I have completely cut out coffee, even if it's decaf, because I've tried that before. I really think that coffee has a huge role in headaches. When I was younger, I cut out coffee, and I remember going through like a really bad week of headaches, then after that feeling a lot better. And sometimes, like for me, I felt like I had to keep drinking coffee in order to not get headaches. And I've had a lot of friends tell me the same thing too. They're like, I have to drink coffee or else I get headaches. Like, coffee's what heals me. But in reality, coffee is what's making you sick, because you shouldn't have to keep drinking it to feel better. So cut out coffee. I've had, in the past 18 days, I've had an iced chai latte with soy milk. So that was like a little bit of caffeine, but caffeine from tea is so much different from caffeine from coffee. And then I've also had a red raspberry tea. So I've had 2 teas in this span, and I didn't notice like any headaches from those. So that was awesome. Next thing is I've cut out having like pasta, bread that's not whole grain. So I'm only having whole grain pasta, bread, all that kind of stuff. I've just done a lot of research on it. Basically, the type of diet that you want to have if you have this pain is anti-inflammatory. So you can go on Pinterest and just search anti-inflammatory diets and just start following any of those, and they're most likely going to help you. On Pinterest, I actually have a board, I think called like autoimmune diet or an anti-inflammatory diet. You guys can go check that out because I have a bunch of recipes in there. But I just think those things that I mentioned are super important. So I will just highlight, I really think that coffee has a huge impact on headaches. So if you are an avid coffee drinker, please try to quit. The next thing is like my second important tip is water. I hate when people put this in videos because I'm like, okay, I'm drinking water, like I'm fine. I don't need to drink more, like everything's okay. But trust me, make it your goal every single day to drink 2 liters of water. And I'm telling you, you will feel such a huge difference. I just have this water bottle that I keep refilling, but if you can just buy like an actual 2-liter bottle and every morning fill it with water and just make yourself drink it, you're gonna feel so much better. Your skin is gonna glow, your hair is gonna shine and grow, and you're just gonna like be overall, like your overall internal health will be so much better from water. And like I said, it sounds so silly because it's just something that sounds like common sense, but I really think that a lot of my headaches were triggered from just not drinking enough water. Now let's get into my magic smoothie recipe. I've been getting so many DMs about this. I swear this is what has helped me. Again, caffeine, water, and I think the smoothie are my top 3 things that I feel like for my body have completely changed me. So I basically just did a ton of research and looked up things that were good for you and stuff like that. And I kind of just threw them into a smoothie and put it all together in one. And I feel like it's been helping. I've been drinking this every single morning for 18 days and I feel really good. I usually start to lose energy like right maybe at like if I wake up at like 7, I start to lose energy at like 8 or 9, but with this smoothie, I can go until like 1 o'clock and feel so good. And then I have to obviously eat more food. But basically, here's what this smoothie looks like. It's in a classy Texas Roadhouse cup. My friend works there and she gave it to us. Connor loves Texas Roadhouse. But this is what the smoothie looks like. It's kind of like, I was gonna say gloppy, and like, I don't even know how to explain it. It doesn't look super appetizing, but it really is great. So what I start off with is 1 cup of coconut water. Coconut water is so good for you and has so many amazing benefits. So that's why I have been doing this with coconut water rather than just putting like normal water in it or an almond milk, soy milk, anything like that. So 1 cup of coconut water. The next thing, is a green powder, and a lot of people either love or hate green powder. Some people say it does nothing for you, some people say it's bad for you, some people say it's amazing for you and has so many good benefits. I think it just depends on the person. For me, I've noticed nothing but good things from this. I've been using this one on and off for probably about 5 years, but I've never used it as consecutively as I have these past 18 days. So I think that's made a huge difference. And when I say I've been using this on and off for 5 years, I mean like I maybe would buy like 1 or 2 jars a year and like use it for a day and then forget about it, and then maybe like a month later use it again one day. So I've never actually tried it consistently, but this one is I'll just link it down below so you guys can find it. But this one has 50 organic superfoods. It has wheatgrass, alfalfa, spirulina, kale, beets, berries, barley grass, aloe, pomegranate, apple pectin, flaxseed, mushrooms, probiotic, and more. There is like a ton of stuff in here, and again, for me it works, and I really enjoy this this green powder, and it's really inexpensive. We have coconut water, a scoop of the green powder, then I put in blueberries. I read like a lot of good things about blueberries, so I put that in. And then the first few times I made this smoothie, I was making it with mangoes, and then I ran out, so I started making it with strawberries, and I didn't really notice a difference between mangoes and strawberries. So I kind of alternate between the two now. This morning I made it with both mangoes and strawberries. And then I also add in 1 frozen banana. So I blend the smoothie up, and it's like really thick, so it almost tastes as though like you're eating sorbet. So it kind of feels like you're having a treat. Right now it's like really melted because I started filming and it's just really hot. But after that, I put it into a cup. The next thing I do is I take 1 tablespoon of chia seeds. This is what chia seeds look like. They're just these little tiny seeds. And basically these expand, I forget how many times of their size, but they can expand a lot. Let it sit for 20 minutes or until the chia seeds have expanded. Chia seeds you don't necessarily want to consume just like when they're not expanded, because then they'll expand in your body, and it's just better for your body if they're already expanded when they go down. But once they've expanded, then I just eat the smoothie, and that is the smoothie recipe. I feel like this video, like you would expect me to like say I'm using some sort of like magic cream or like vitamin and stuff like that, but I'm really not. But like that's all that I've been doing, and I just feel so good. Honestly, I feel like I could cry just because of how good I feel. Like I just haven't felt like a 26-year-old in so long, and to just live without pain is the most amazing thing. I feel like so many people get to live lives without pain, and I'm always just so jealous of them. And I always wondered, like, what would it be like to just have a month without any pain? So now being on the other side and just not having any pain, it feels amazing. But again, I do just want to stress, everything that I'm doing, it might not do anything for you, and I definitely recommend talking to a professional about this stuff and seeing what their opinion is on it. I've had doctors try to put me on migraine medicines and stuff like that, but I just don't like taking medication. I would take Advil if it was really, really bad, but most of the time I would just suffer because I just don't like putting medicine in my body. Something else that's super random, I don't know if any girls can relate to this, but I could never wear headbands for more than like maybe an hour tops because it would trigger a headache. The past couple days I've been wearing bandanas in my hair and I've had no headaches, and it's amazing. I feel like an actual girl, and I feel like just, I don't know, it just feels so nice to be able to do something so normal and not get a headache from it. So I'm just very excited. And again, like I mentioned, just look up anti-inflammatory diets, and that is really what you want to be doing and following. Look up anti-inflammatory recipes and things like that, and I'm sure it will help you guys. But I hope this helps, and I really hope any of you guys who are suffering can get better. But I love you guys so much. If you have any questions or suggestions, or if you guys have gotten over headaches, leave all of your advice down below. But I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!